we've got some super cute ships in One Piece. No, we're not talking about literal ships, we're talking about some of the best romantic couples ever. Although some ships are just weird. Like, come on. Anyway, we'll be giving each romantic ship a percentage of how likely they are to happen, starting with the ones who have the least chance of ending up together, and working our way up to the ones who will absolutely end up as a couple. So let's get right into it with the first ship, Ace and Yamato, who's got a 0% chance of happening. Look, I know this is a super popular ship, with Ace promising to free Yamato from her father so that the two of them can go on a journey together. But yeah, sorry to break it to you, but Ace won't come back to life. He's a donut. Moving on, we've got Zoro and Tashigi at 5%. Now, this one is pretty straightforward. Zoro is a pirate and Tashigi is a marine, so this literally wouldn't be allowed to happen. On top of that, Tashigi looks eerily similar to Kuina, so every time Zoro sees Tashigi, she reminds him of his childhood bestie, and it seriously pisses him off. And Tashigi, she sees Zoro as a criminal. Sure, they gained a bit of respect for each other at Punk Hazard, but they're not ending up together. Next up, Mihawk and Perona, with a 10% chance. After Perona got yeeted to Karaigana Island by Kuma, she ended up living in Mihawk's creepy castle. And when he returned, despite him wanting to be left alone, he actually let her stay. And over the 2 years they lived together, their relationship grew, and they could honestly be seen as husband and wife. Perona would cook and take care of Mihawk, while Mihawk worried about her, like when she tried to run off to find Moria and he told her to stay safe, which literally made her cry. So you can tell they genuinely care about each other. Plus, everyone loves how well they match thematically, with Mihawk being named after Dracula and Perona being the literal ghost princess. Still, Mihawk doesn't seem like a relationship type of guy, but hey, who knows? Now we've got Sanji and, well, we could literally put every single girl, except for his sister Reiju and Kokoro here, and Sanji would be at 100% for all of them. However, the girl we're going to talk about is Nami, and they've only got 15% to end up as a couple. Although Sanji loves her, would do anything for her, and literally caters her every single day by making her special-made desserts and drinks, he's still got a long way to go until Nami wants to be in a relationship with him. I know they have some really cute moments, and Nami does really care about him. Like, she literally couldn't stop crying when she told the others that Sanji had left the crew. But that said, Nami also thinks Sanji is a creep, and she called him the least trustworthy crew member after he used his Germa suit to spy on her and Robin at the bathhouse in Wano. Plus, she was ready to cut ties with him completely after he both insulted Luffy's dream and kicked him when they tried to get Sanji back. So Sanji's got a long way to go until Nami wants to be in a couple with him. Still, they do look cute together. Moving on from Sanji and Nami, we've got another Straw Hat to talk about, Nico Robin, together with Trafalgar Law, and they're at 45%. Now, this ship is an interesting one, and they should probably be even higher than 45%, as Robin did literally say that she was interested in his D. Okay, jokes aside, Law did tell Robin that he had a D in his name, which he absolutely doesn't tell just anyone, but he did tell Robin because he trusts her a lot. These two are also both mature, cool, and calculating people who have the same kind of personality. They even share the same-ish tragic backstories where the world government played a big part in destroying their lives. We've also seen them interact more and more, especially in the movie Stampede, and although they haven't talked that much in the series, we know that they care about each other. Oh, and Law calls almost everyone by their last name, but not Robin. That's gotta mean something, right? Anyway, next up we've got Zoro and Hiori, all the way up at 85%. Both these guys are from Wano. Yeah, Zoro is technically from Wano just like Hiori, as he's a descendant of the Shimatsuki family, so that instantly boosts their chances of ending up together. Now, Hiori likes Zoro a lot, respects him, and trusts him with her life, especially after he saved her from Killer. She's incredibly grateful for everything Zoro has done and sees him as someone very important in her life, which is also why she personally cleaned his wounds and took care of him after the battle at Onigashima. And Zoro, he respected her for taking care of him and treating his injuries. Although, he didn't like it when he woke up and saw that they were sleeping together. Anyway, Hiori also gave Zoro Enma, her father's legendary sword. Sure, he had to give up Shusui since it was Wano's national treasure, but in return, Hiori entrusted him with a blade worthy of legends. And if you give Zoro a sword like that, yeah, he'll definitely like you. Now, let's talk about Chopper and Milky, who's at 88%. Just like Chopper, Milky's also a talking reindeer, as she's a reindeer mink from Zou. And when Chopper first met Milky, he got completely smitten. Like, she rubbed against his cheek and called him Dr. Chopper, and he just straight up collapsed with hearts in his eyes, going full-on Sanji mode. Even Usopp wondered what had come over the usually platonic Chopper, like he's bathing with Robin on a regular without thinking any of it. Anyway, this is one of the cutest couples ever. Moving on, we've got the Straw Hats Captain Luffy, together with his navigator Nami, at 90%. These two have literally been through everything together. From Luffy placing his hat on her head before fighting Arlong to free her from his tyranny, to carrying her up a mountain in a blizzard to find a doctor. And Nami? Well, she yells at him, slaps him, and even locks him in a cage. Oh, wrong moments, these are the correct ones, where we see how she always turns to Luffy and relies on him. So these two have complete trust in each other. Nami never doubts his strength, and Luffy never doubts her navigation skills. But well, the reason they've got a 95% chance of ending up together is quite simple, really. Their dreams align perfectly. Yeah, Nami wants to map the entire world, and Luffy, well, even when he becomes the king of the pirates, he will want to keep sailing the seas for the rest of his life, so it just makes sense that they will stay by each other's sides. Another ship at 90% is Koby and Hibari. Both Koby and Hibari are part of SWORD, the Marine's secret special force, and they definitely care a lot about each other. But while Koby is just like Luffy, totally clueless about romance and just focused on getting stronger, Hibari is head over heels in love with him. Because you see this bear on Hibari's backpack? Well, it's a lucky charm that has been super important to her ever since she was a kid. But one day, when Koby saved her life during a battle, she lost her bear in the process. However, a few days later, Koby returned with a ton of injuries, but in his hand was the bear. Yeah, Koby had literally gone back to the battlefield just to find it for her. And Hibari was so touched that she secretly named the bear Koby-senpai. Later, she even made him homemade bento in case he was hungry, blushing like crazy. Not only that, but when Oda was asked if Hibari loves Koby, he said, "I'm pretty dense when it comes to love, so I'll let you guess if she's smitten with him or not." So yeah, she's absolutely in love with our favorite Marine. Still, as Koby isn't thinking about love at all right now, this ship can't be higher than 90%. Now, let's once again talk about Sanji, but this time it's Sanji and Pudding, who's got a 95% chance of ending up together. However, at first, Pudding wanted to kill him. Not because she hated him, but because of Big Mom's schemes to kill the entire Vinsmoke family. But then, when Sanji told her that her third eye was beautiful, everything changed. Why? Well, Pudding's childhood was rough. Everyone told her that she looked like a monster with her third eye. So when Sanji told her that her third eye was beautiful, Pudding's heart melted, and she literally fell in love with him. Although she tries to hide her feelings for him, when she's around Sanji, she loses all control. And Sanji, he of course likes Pudding a lot as well. Now, Pudding's being held captive by the Blackbeard pirates, but if the Straw Hats and her husband Sanji rescue her, because yes, they are in fact still married, they will probably stay together as well. If Pudding of course gives Sanji his memories back. Like, they're a perfect match. She likes baking, he loves cooking, they will open another barretier or take over after Zeph retires. How could they not end up together? Oh yeah, that's right. Pudding is only 16 years old. So yeah. Staying at 95%, we've once again got Luffy, but this time with everyone's favorite, Boa Hancock. We all know Hancock loves Luffy and wants nothing more than to be his wife. She'd do absolutely anything for him, as we've seen countless times, as she's completely obsessed with him, blushing when hearing his name and literally daydreaming of marrying him. And Luffy, he likes Hancock a lot too. He deeply appreciates everything she's done for him, like giving him the key to Ace's chains at Marineford to free him, although that of course didn't mean much in the end. But not only that, Hancock is a master at giving Luffy mountains of meat. So hey, if she keeps feeding him this much meat, maybe they'll end up together. Now, we finally reach the first ship with a 100% chance of ending up together, Usopp and Kaya. As these two are both from Syrup Village, Usopp used to spend every single day sitting up in the tree outside Kaya's window, making up wild stories just to make her smile. And she absolutely loved them. Then, when Kuro's plan to steal Kaya's fortune went down, Usopp did everything he could to stop him and the Black Cat pirates. And in the end, he saved her. Now, it's clear they care about each other deeply. We even saw Kaya cry when Usopp left Syrup Village to chase his dreams as a pirate. So now she's eagerly waiting for him back home to hear all about Usopp's real adventure stories. Oh, and fun fact, in the One Piece live action, Usopp and Kaya actually kiss. And since Oda personally oversees everything that happens in the live action, it means that he agreed to them kissing. which also 100% confirms that they will eventually end up together when he returns as a brave warrior of the sea. Another ship at 100%, Sabo and Koala. These two have been working side by side in the Revolutionary Army since they were teens, so now they are super close. Koala knows Sabo better than almost anyone. She understands the guilt he carries for not being there to save Ace at Marineford, and she was right there to comfort him when those memories of Ace and Luffy came flooding back. Even though they bicker, like when Koala pinched his cheeks for ditching his post to fight Fujitora, you can tell how much she cares about him. Like she cried when she thought he might leave the revolutionaries after getting his memories back, was devastated when he was presumed dead after the Lulusia incident, and was so relieved when he turned out to be alive that she kicked him for scaring her. Now Sabo, he completely trusts Koala, and he lets her get away with stuff most people wouldn't even dare try, like scolding him after risking his life. They have this sweet, natural dynamic of teasing, trust, and deep emotional support that honestly feels a bit like Luffy and Nami. Except Sabo and Koala are more than likely going to end up together. Now, let's talk about Shanks and Machino, who's also at 100%, because these two literally have a child together. Okay, we don't know who the father of Machino's child is, but come on, we all know it's Shanks. He used to visit Fuchsia Village all the time with the red-haired pirates, and they became really close. Plus, this scene of her holding her baby while staring out at the sea, yeah, she's probably thinking about Shanks. Next up at 100%, we've once again got Luffy. But who's he got 100% with? Well, of course, Meat. Yeah, this is one of the most popular ships in all of One Piece, because Luffy and Meat are literally soulmates. Like Luffy is obsessed with Meat, he's literally daydreaming about it. And yeah, he loves Meat more than anything in the world. So if there's anyone Luffy's 100% destined to end up with, it's Meat. Talking about one of the most popular ships in One Piece, we have to talk about Zoro and Google Maps. We all know Zoro has absolutely zero sense of direction, but if he had Google Maps, he'd be straight up unstoppable. Because now you could literally point him in the right direction, and somehow he'd still end up lost. Like, he could be walking in the streets of Water 7 and somehow end up fighting Vegeta. So yeah, I totally understand why this is one of the most popular ships. Alright, going back to a normal ship, if you can even call this ship normal, who's also at 100%, Gimon and Saruncle. These two are literally a perfect match. Gimon is stuck in a treasure chest, and Saruncle, who washed up on the island of rare animals after hiding in a barrel, is stuck in, well, the barrel. Match made in heaven, right? So now they live together on the island and have become super close. We've seen Saruncle feeding stew to Gimon, holding his hand while listening to Uta sing, and laughing together during Vegapunk's big broadcast. So they genuinely care about each other, and honestly, if this isn't the most perfect couple you've ever seen, I don't even know. Another perfect ship, who's of course at 100%, is Leo and Manurie. Manurie has a huge crush on Leo. Just look at how she reacted when he saved her. She called him her knight in shining armor and blushed when he caught her. But Leo immediately ruined the moment by bluntly saying she had gained weight, which earned him a big punch. So obviously, Leo's oblivious about Manurie's crush on him, like he keeps misreading her cute actions as selfishness or just being fickle. Still, Leo really cares about her and they are super close. So there's no doubt, these two are definitely ending up together. Finally, the last ship we're going to talk about, who's of course also at 100%, is Kaido and Big Mom. I mean, they are literally melting together. How cute isn't that? But yeah, that's it. Who do you think will end up together, and was there a popular ship I missed? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and watch this video next.